Welcome to the Small Business Show. My name is Swire from Garuda Promo. I'm excited for the show today. If you guys know me, besides business, my favorite topic is health and fitness. My guest today is Benjamin Fisher, owner and trainer from SuperSlow LA. Good morning, Benjamin.
Good morning, Swire. Good to see you again.
I know that I know a couple of contacts actually have been trained by you, and they have been saying good results. So happy for you to be here, and then we could talk
life
about
in the 21st century is complicated.
Well, before that, the video, that you have for us, I keep wanting to play. Why don't we start with the video, and then I'll come back and we'll chat about that.
Perfect. Start the video.
Let's face it, life in the 21st century is complicated, competitive, stressful, and it is undeniably fast-paced. Back in the day, our bodies could take a lot of punishment because we knew that we were immortal. But now for many of us, including myself, our bodies seem to be going in the opposite direction and slowing down. I wanted to talk about my personal journey in becoming a SuperSlow trainer and owner. I was living a normal, predictable life. The wagon wheels were beginning to come loose. We all believe in the axiom, no pain, no gain. And I knew I had to face the pain and stick with it for a long period of time, fight off the inevitable weakening of my aging body. For many years, I walked by SuperSlow LA and I thought, how can one achieve such results in 30 minutes once a week? I was skeptical. But when I met my wife, Susan, who was the owner of SuperSlow, she said, try it, see what you think. When I took a look at her, I realized she is a miracle.
Look, up in the sky, it's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Mr. SuperSlow.
So I made it a mission. I became a trainer and then became partners with Susan in SuperSlow LA.
Once a week for 30 minutes is all you need in a workout.
Yeah, at least that's the unique system that a local gym swears by.
Within the last few months, I've really noticed how my core strength has really improved.
The question that most people ask is how can 30 minutes of exercise work once a week? What we do is we put intense weight and do it very slowly until your muscles fatigue. You come in here, you'll see the results.
Every day I'm getting better.
I've loved the resistance and everything. I've seen better results than most other places I've attended.
I hiked for 2 miles in under an hour. I've never been able to do that in the last 2 years.
Absolutely, it's been a life changer, and Benjamin Fisher's been helping me every week get stronger.
This has been the greatest transformation for me and every one of my clients.
That's a great video, Bruce. Very good information about SuperSlow. Want to hear from you. I do have a few questions, and especially as a person who like to fitness, I like going to the gym every day, but then this only takes 30 minutes per week.
Correct. So, I was skeptical as well. How could this be? And when you come in, and again, we're not open right now because of the COVID-19 restrictions. Mm-hmm. So we do it virtually. But let's assume for a minute that we're allowed to come in. Mm-hmm. So what happens is every person does what they can do at that moment. So mm-hmm. the weights, the machines, and everything are set up custom for everybody. So what happens is everyone is a success, even though they go to failure, because we set it up in a way where you can move the weights slowly, safely, and efficiently. And in my opinion, that's what it's about. In the 20 years we've owned it, no one's hurt themselves. That's the best claim that I can tell you.
Yeah.
And the benefits are most of our clients are women that they've went to a gynecologist or an internal medicine doctor, did a bone density test, and found out that their bone density issue was off and they were afraid of getting osteoporosis or osteopenia. Slow motion strength training, resistance training helps reduce that, and actually it makes it less than it was before, so that you don't hurt your muscles and break your bones just accidentally.
But do you adjust the level? For example, I've been reading on your website, so obviously there are different levels, and people some of them may be coming out from an injury. Someone might don't want to work out and want to do it, can it also benefit people who are really active and you have a section called athletes? So can this method also help them to train the muscle that they use for the sports?
Yeah, absolutely. This is isometrics. Every sports team, the Lakers, Kings, and Clippers, use this method when they're rehabbing people. It's a safe way of actually avoiding the injured area and strengthening the others. So what we do, a lot of people come in that are athletes that just don't feel like going to the gym. So they come in and they're once a week, takes the place of 4 times a week that they have to do weight training. I'm not a believer in this is the only thing you do. I bike ride, I play tennis, I work out and do other things besides SuperSlow. But SuperSlow has given me the opportunity to avoid all of the pre-existing conditions I have. I had high blood pressure, I had arthritis. All those medications I don't take anymore since I've done SuperSlow.
Wow.
That's the best part of it. And I telling you, I fatigue my muscles in 8 minutes. In 8 minutes, I'm done with that exercise. Most of my clients at maximum 20 minutes to 25 minutes that they do it. Because when they're finished, they go on to the next machine and it's just a circuit. When they're done, they're done. I've had people say, what do I do now? I go, you want to go on a second time? They can't do it. So that's sort of what happens.
So they come in, you assess them, see where they are in their physical level, then you will customize, a type of exercise that works for them.
Yeah. For example, we have a lot of people that have back issues. How can somebody with a back issue do weight training? Well, very simple. You don't have them push the weight out. You have them push against the machine like it's a wall, and you just do that. Now, a lot of my clients now do not come in, so they do a wall sit. A wall sit is real simple. You get against the wall. This is exercise you can do at home. So you go against the wall. You don't have to have a ball. You just go against the wall, put a couple pillows below you. And the reason I asked people to put pillows below is if, God forbid, they're doing it slowly and their legs give out, at least they won't break a bone.
Right.
On the pillows. So it's important that we always maintain safety. But that works. That works the core. It works the stomach, the glutes, the axe. It works the whole bottom of your body. Just that wall sit alone. I advocate planks. There's 3 different ways of doing planks. There's one, the advanced way where you see always where you're holding like a push-up. But there's another way where you put your knees down, you hold up. All you want to do is strengthen the core and exercise. As much resistance as you can possibly put on is the best way to do it. And it's easy.
So you hold it until you can't hold it anymore. And then
Correct. That's the way you do it. And it's exciting. It really is.
When I do my research, I'm reading a blog. You share an interesting article. It says exercising too hard may actually be dangerous. Can you tell the viewer a little bit more about the study and how using SuperSlow can kind of reverse and not make it dangerous?
Well, a lot of our clients come from other gyms that they push themselves in a not a serious way. I'm not going to go mention names because I don't need to talk about other of our competitors. What I will say, because we do it so slowly, and because we're communicating with our clients, that's why they don't get hurt. But if I was to go to a gym alone and just do my own thing, I might over-exercise a muscle that I'm not realizing because I'm told no pain, no gain. So let's keep on pushing. Well, guess what? What happens if my muscle doesn't react the way I want it to? Then I got injured. I can injure my shoulder. I can injure my back. I can injure my leg. I've gotten injured before from not having supervised workouts. But on this case, it's a one-to-one. We're very present with each person every moment. And we constantly, if I see a facial expression on somebody, guess what? I'm asking them, what's going on? They don't even realize what's going on until I ask them because there's a delayed reaction. So the most important thing at SuperSlow is safety by far. It's just a reality. And any exercise you do, if you do too much of it, it can cause you a problem. That's my opinion. And that article that I referred to was an article in the American Medical Association that talked about the exercise. If you do it too rigorously and too much of it, it can cause more pain than gain. And you want to always do an exercise with the ability of just maximizing the muscles. Now, if you do it slowly, you don't have to do a lot of it. If you do it fast, you have to do a lot of it, but you don't know when the stop point is until you, I mean, if I told you to do 10 sets of something, Swire, you might do it and you're in good shape, but everybody else is viewing this might not be doing the same. You mean, you run all the time. Not everybody's a runner. I know a lot of my clients come in, they hate to exercise. They want just 30 minutes, period. And that's what we give them.
Well, I think one of the reasons too, and I want to touch on is, if you go all out all the time, is maybe you could do the exercise pretty well on 8 reps, but then on reps 9 and 10, you are sacrificing your form. You just want to push it out, and you're in a gym, right? Everyone is watching you, kind of, and then you sacrifice the form to be able to push it out. Then that's when you hurt yourself.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So, or you are on the stationary bike too long, and then at the end you just want to finish it. You want to get that milestone, or you get that achievement on your watch for whatever reason, and then you're sacrificing your form. So I think that's when a lot of people get hurt, and especially that's important to work with a trainer like yourself. Is when you see them, the form is start to sacrifice, you'll probably stop them, or you will, maybe you shouldn't do this exercise today. You're feeling it on your shoulder. You tell them to stop. So I think that's why it's good to have a trainer, because he or she will be watching you, how you perform, and then adjust it as necessary.
Yeah, the most important 2 things is exactly form, but also breathing. A lot of times my clients hold their breath, and that's not good. You could end up by having a stroke or a heart attack if you hold your breath too long. So I'm watching the breathing as much. And I teach people breathing exercises. And when they're not doing it correctly, just like form, I stop them. Let's practice your breathing. Let's practice your form. What's going on? If I see something's bothering them, we talk about it. We may skip that exercise completely. Mm-hmm. Really, in my business, all egos are left outside the door, all of them, because for me to keep them safe, they have to listen to my guidance, and I'm all about them, not about me. I would rather say, look, you came here, you're not feeling good, you're not doing well. I'm not going to charge you. I want you to go home and relax, because it's important to me that they're the best they can be at all times.
That's good advice. So I wanted to, jump onto exercise during the COVID environment. So we're in California, so gyms are still not open. There are some options that you could work out outdoor. And we all been having Zoom meetings and virtual meetings like that all day. We sit a lot. And then at the end of the day, we don't want to go out. We just want to watch TV. And, some people open wine, drink beer, football game is on right now. They're watching it. So some of them are complaining their weight. They put on some good weights, or they're feeling the back is stiffing up. So any suggestions that people could do in terms of exercise during the current environment?
Yes, the most important thing is exercise, and walking would be a good thing. If you can walk 20 minutes a day, your body's going to be much better off, by far. I would take a walk with my wife every night, 20 minutes after dinner. And I find that I sleep better, that I'm ready for the following day. Another form, as I was talking about, wall sit would be another exercise you could do at home. You don't need to spend any money. Just need to find a wall, and you need to go slowly up and down like this. So if I was on a wall, I'm starting here, and I'm just bringing my back against the wall slowly. And you don't have to go 10-second count. You can go 5 seconds down, slowly back up 5 seconds. You do that 4 or 5 times, your body's feeling it. Another thing I was mentioning earlier, planks or push-ups, sit-ups. If you can find an ottoman in your house, put your feet underneath the ottoman, put something to rest your head properly, and just come up and hold your core to a 10-second count, and you feel it, then stop. Then keep on building up. You'll eventually can be able to hold it for a minute. Just some specific tips that I do every day that keep me in shape. Because even though I own a gym, I don't go to the gym because it's closed. Now, I'm hoping that next week they lift the sanctions, I call them, off of our gyms, and they allow us to come in with proper gear, and we are ready for that. We have a thermometer. We have in our gym, 6 feet between is ideal because that's 1-to-1. It's easy. And we have people wash their hands. There's all kinds of protocol we have ready to go. And we'll never book back to back because each time somebody finishes, we have to spray it down and wipe it down with the 99% that that CDC recommends as a disinfectant. We do that every single time in between so that every single person is as safe as they can be. If somebody has a temperature, we send them home.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult right now. We know that we need to exercise, but then it's hard to go to a gym because people touch all kinds of things, right? And you don't know where the bar or the handle has been. But then I like your idea. This is something that the exercise that you gave. You don't need equipment. Obviously, all of us has a wall somewhere in our home, and then you can actually do that doing like a webinar. You could be listening in, then you could be holding the plank or holding the wall sit. This is something, or you can, even if for busy professional, they have back-to-back Zoom meeting. I would think it takes you less than 5 minutes, and
We also have a virtual session now. We put our business on virtual when the COVID hit. So I have a trainer, Corey Blissett, who's experienced in working out people remotely. So guess what? A lot of our clients have elected to be with her. Some will like to continue with her even when we have the gym open, because what it allows them is the flexibility to stay at home. If they're not feeling good, they can stay home and do an exercise. Or if they're traveling, we have very busy professionals that constantly are traveling. And so what we've done is we make it available for them to do this.
Do you think as a business, people are more willing to have virtual sessions will help you grow the business? Because I think before in my business too, in sales, people aren't adapt to virtual meetings like that. But now we're living for the virtual meeting. So like you mentioned, maybe they regularly attend your gym, but then they like to travel a lot. But then they also wanted to stay within the program. So this now you can help them, doing virtual sessions.
Well, I think, Swire, this is the direction that our business is being forced to take. But I love the idea that people can come in virtually for 20 minutes and get a full workout. Now, what do? They may use their frozen vegetables or cans of that they have in the pantry to do the exercises slowly.
Right.
There's things that Corey does with people. You don't have to go and buy machine weights, and you don't have to have any elaborate stuff. And I've done her workout once a week, and I love it. It keeps in it, and it's actually much harder to do it virtually than to come into the gym, because the gym, you're done. Nobody's pushing you any more than that. On virtually, you think you should push yourself harder. Well, guess what? Corey's there to make sure you don't push yourself too much. We don't want you to hurt yourself anywhere.
Yeah, I think that's the most important. Safety is, number one, for exercise. If you hurt yourself, then you'll be out for, God knows how long, or especially if you're coming out from an injury, you don't want to injure yourself again.
That's absolutely correct. And I don't know about anybody else, but I had a back surgery. I've had my shoulders done. I have my knees done, and I'm 68 years old. And I'm here to tell you, I'm fine. So all those people that are listening right now, You can exercise if you do it smartly. You can keep your weight down if you watch what you eat. See, the whole key, and even without, if you go to a gym or not, it's 90% what you eat and 10% exercise. Because you cannot do as much exercise as you think you need to lose a pound. You'd be there 5 hours, 6 hours a week and lose 1 pound. And if you watch what you eat, guess what? You can lose 2.5 pounds, 3 pounds. That's my philosophy on gaining extra weight. We all have COVID-19 extra weight. I know you don't, maybe between your ears. But for me, I think I probably gained at 1.8 pounds and I've lost it just by realizing, hey, this is not good for me. And when I realized I have the choices to make. I'm not giving those choices to anybody else. So if what I eat, I'm going to own it. If I like ice cream, I'm going to put on weight. If I don't like ice cream or I want to choose something else that's healthy, that's good.
Well, I think for me, one of the interesting thing too is I actually lost weight during COVID because I like to go out and network. So I go to like morning breakfast, luncheons, and then after hour mixers. So there are a lot of hors d'oeuvres and things that looks great on there. So I like to eat. But since COVID, I've been eating at home. I haven't been going out a lot to fast food or any of the luncheons. So I actually eating more clean and healthy and home cooked. So, I think that I actually want to put on some weight too.
Well, you know what? I think, we'll eventually get back to a different normal. I don't think we're going to ever have the normal we had. I've researched masks because I think I'm going to be wearing a mask for a long time. But masks I have a problem with my glasses. They fog up. So I'm looking for the right mask and if your viewers are watching, if they could send me the right mask that they've used for just everyday life where it doesn't fog up, I would love that opportunity to hear.
I think one of the way that I would suggest is, you wear a disposable mask that you're comfortable with, and then you put on, have you seen a gator mask? So
yes.
A gator mask, so you put it over kind of like a tube, and, I see a lot of people run with them. So that one, you could kind of decorate it, and you also get some of the moisture, which is where it's fogging up your glasses away. So maybe try that. And I think last question that I have for you is I like routines, and I always like to find out things that you can improve my fitness and health. I know you talk about some of it. Can you put it into like a short routine for us business professional out there? Like, again, we sit a lot during the day. We're busy. We are short on time, but then we know that we need to pay attention to our health. You mentioned the wall sit. You mentioned the plank. You mentioned the push-up too. Should we do them all together, or can you put it into a quick routine that we could do in between our meetings, maybe?
Yeah. So, what those things are, you're not going to do more than 5 minutes. Period. If you do it slowly, you don't need to. So, let's say you were doing a wall sit. You would really only need, if you're doing it slowly up and down, you would only need a couple of minutes maximum. Because as soon as you start shaking and burning, and when you hit that, stop, relax. And then you can move on to another exercise, which planks would be a good thing. Because again, a plank, you don't need anything. You just need a carpet or a wall, or a floor. You just put it down, put your hands down. I wish I could demonstrate it so you could see it. But if people contact me, I'll be happy to send them some video.
I'll put your contact information on the bottom. So I have your phone number, and then feel free. Should they email you and you send them the tips?
I will send them the tips. And by the way, those of you who email me and send me a tip, Swire made these bags for me. You see it right here. It's the SuperSlow. Every single person that contacts me, I will make sure I send you out with tips a bag. Nice. And hopefully, there was a special on that video which says when we open up, if you come in, and mention this program, I will make sure you get one consultation and a free session, which is worth $300 at no charge, just to see if this is the right exercise program for you.
So just call you, mention the small business show, and then you can.
Right.
Oh, that's
Absolutely.
very generous of you.
Well, that's the only way people will know if this is the right exercise program for them.
Well, I think that's really great, and obviously try the exercise Benjamin gave at home and see what it feels like to your body, and then obviously consult a professional, and especially work with a trainer if you haven't worked out for a long time. Don't go out and hurt yourself, and
Absolutely. And the most important thing is if you want to do something virtual with a trainer, get in touch with me as well. I'll book you an appointment with Corey, and you can try out her session for 15 minutes at no charge.
Wow. Okay. Thank you so much, Benjamin. Love to have your show, and one of my favorite topic. And hopefully, after you're back at the gym, we could do another session at your gym. Then you can really show us some of the technique and some of the methods that you use to train clients.
My pleasure. Swire, thank you for including me, and it's good to see you again. And anybody, it was a pleasure to have you listen to me.
Thank you, Benjamin. Take care.
Bye, Swire. Take care.